Welcome one and welcome all to the Bay City Brewing Company in the heart of beautiful San Diego, California, as Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre proudly presents Golden Road. Once again, wrestling fans, welcome one, welcome all. My name is Jordan Castle, joined at the booth by the incomparable Barry Sweeney. Barry, how are we feeling, my friend?
Jordan, it's good to see you, and it's good to be seen. And Tommy Wilson. Well, we'll get to it soon enough.
Walk back the other way now!
All right,
Hey, Barry, got a question for you. Where have all the good men gone?
And where are all the guys?
I think we're about to find out. It is difficult to describe and articulate and truly get across the connection that the Rebel Storm has with his hometown San Diego faithful. It is something very, very special, Barry Sweeney.
Jordan Castle, I absolutely agree. But as I was saying about Tommy Wilson, before this contest began, when the Skyfire Pro Championship was unveiled, he was making a lot of chippy comments among the competitors. He said, "Don't go anywhere. Keep it warm for me. I'll be right back for it." And how apropos that he is the first match in this Golden Road tournament.
Yeah, in many ways setting the pace for the entire tournament. You got to think Rebel Storm or Tommy Wilson, whoever comes away with the victory in our opening contest at a decided advantage, if only slightly, has that extra time for reprieve.
Listen, and on top of that, if I was a betting man, if I was in Vegas right now, I would hate the odds for almost anyone here. This is anybody's contest, it's anybody's game, Jordan, especially in the ring now between the wily veteran competitor, 20-plus years in the business of Tommy Wilson, and Rebel Storm, the incomparable and the intangible, with his Storm Chaser.
Barry, I'm putting you on the hot seat early, my friend. Who is eking out a victory? Who is advancing to the next round, one step closer to championship gold?
Listen, I think it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the inches, skin on the teeth, you name it, it's going to be there. Listen, Rebel Storm is not only an incredible wrestler, but a good friend of mine. But so is CJ Tino. So are a lot of these guys here. But look at Tommy Wilson here. He might not be the friendliest guy in this competitor. He's one of the most talented. He's one of the most experienced. It's anybody's game right now.
Frankly, he's one of the strongest, but right now we see Rebel Storm with an answer for that strength off the wrist lock. But look at that deceptive agility, as you alluded to, from Tommy Wilson.
His game is all on the mat. He's looking to smother out the flame that is the Rebel Storm, to drain that energy as best he can. He'll keep those holds going well past the 5 count if he wants to.
Hold broken up into a knife-edge chop. Tommy Wilson didn't even flinch there, Barry Sweeney. I think it only served to piss him off more than it did cause any real damage.
You don't have to run faster than the gang, you just got to run faster than Tommy Wilson. All the same, first plate of chops served up hot tonight, and he wants more.
Tommy Wilson did not move. His face didn't change, his body didn't falter, and now, showing Rebel Storm how it's done.
Like a 12-gauge right to the chest, that's all birdshot. Oh my God.
I don't care that Rebel Storm has that chest protector. That cannot feel good, Barry.
Listen, that's only more shrapnel dripping through your heart at that point. Look at this, up and over he goes.
Lands on his feet. But a kick out. Tommy Wilson getting those big, broad shoulders up. And that is going to be the mountain that Rebel Storm is going to quite literally have to climb. He is a much smaller man than a Tommy Wilson, and he needs to cut that giant down to size if he hopes to move on in the tournament.
Jordan, the tail of the tape does not necessarily match up to the Rebel Storm. He's not as tall, he's not as lengthy, and he's certainly not as experienced as Tommy Wilson as he dissects his opponent. But again, like I said, he has that intangible, and that is his Storm Chasers. That's the 12th man of the field. That's the one that made a difference for him in a match like this.
All right, now Tommy Wilson making a difference, wrenching the armpit, the wrist there of Rebel Storm on the top rope. Again, fans, if you are uninitiated, those are not soft, pillowy ropes. Those are hard steel cables with a very thin layer of what's essentially tape, and Rebel Storm's wrist just got dug into it.
And this is just round one of the Golden Road tournament. As these competitors move on, we're going to see the toll, not just each other, but the ring takes. And look at this car crash crossbody!
Cover! But a kick out from Wilson. And Barry Sweeney, speak to it a little bit. Tell us what it means to not only become Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre champion, but the inaugural Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre champion. As they say, you never forget your first.
You never forget your first, and number one is far from done. All of these men have a great chance to become the inaugural Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre champion. And all of these men aren't just fighting for pride, they're fighting for that.
Whoa!
Outside the ring!
Nasty spill to the outside. There is a very thin layer of padding, but as you can see, we're here in a parking lot of the Bay City Brewing Company, right? That is hard cement.
Nothing but concrete, asphalt, and people enjoying their drinks.
Head first goes Tommy Wilson into the ring frame. The hardest part of the ring canvas.
As they often say.
But right now, Rebel Storm's hand just got drilled into the literal hardest part of the ring, that corner post.
God, right off the apron here. Outside of the ring is only going to benefit a man like the Collector, Tommy Wilson. He knows the ins and outs in the ring, and he knows exactly what it's going to do to hurt, to inflict damage upon his opponent. Look at this. Oh, right on his fingers.
Yeah, Tommy Wilson has zeroed in on a target, and that target is the hand of the Rebel Storm. This is detrimental not just for this matchup, but if Rebel Storm is somehow able to weather, well, the storm and move on to the next round, move on potentially to the finals, how will this impact him, Barry?
You gotta think about the long game when it comes to any tournament, whether or not this is spending days, weeks, months, or like here, today, here and now at Skyfire Pro. It is anybody's game, but if you enter the clip in your very first match and it doesn't bode well for you, no matter who your opponent is.
Big chops from Rebel Storm, carefully and smartly using the uninjured hand. Rolling Wilson back in the ring, the only place that he can win the matchup. And Barry, again, you spoke to it, the influence of the Storm Chasers. Oh, look at this!
What a neckbreaker maneuver!
What's a reverse unprettier there from Wilson into the cover. And a kick out from Storm. Despite the injury to the hand, despite the onslaught from Tommy Wilson, Rebel Storm is not going quietly into the night.
Certainly not, and Tommy Wilson again dissecting the arm of the Rebel Storm, taking piece by piece what he can to win a championship. It doesn't matter how much damage you've inflicted, if you can't move your arms, you can't get your shoulder up.
Come on, big leg drop onto the injured arm, followed up with this arm bar, just wrenching at the wrist. The official calling for the break. And having to force Tommy Wilson. He very nearly got himself disqualified there, Barry.
Referee Juan Montaño is going to have eyes in the back of his head if he wants to maintain law and order in this tournament today. This is match number one, and already our opponents are pulling out all the stops. Oh, God. Tommy Wilson got planned here. Just twisting Rebel Storm's arm to the ropes.
Again, using those hard steel cables that are the ring ropes. Tommy Wilson is a veteran of this sport. 2 decades in the game. And you're seeing it come into play here. Look at this, Rebel Storm. Out to the outside, ducks the line. Maybe thinking Uranagi here.
Going for that banana slammer, but drills him down with those elbows, and he's biting the wrist, the fingers of his opponent.
Come on. Tommy Wilson, a truly sick and twisted individual, Barry Sweeney.
Not to play devil's advocate here, because I don't think I'm a fan of the guy at person to person myself, but Tommy Wilson, he knows what's at stake here. The Skyfire Pro Championship, to be the first champion, to collect another
I mean, you guys both have, you guys both have the bald thing going on, so there's common ground there at least.
Fair enough. I mean, he had hair a hell of a lot longer than I did. Oh!
Big shot to the mush from Wilson. This is not where you want to be if you're the Rebel Storm, or perhaps it is. Maybe readjusting the attempt at the superplex for some high flying, but no, Wilson's got him right where he wants him, Barry.
Wilson has done well to close the distance, to close in on his opponent, to not let Rebel Storm make that wily avant-garde maneuver that he so often does. Big superplex off the top rope.
Cover! Wilson moves on! No!
Sluggish kick out from the Rebel Storm. As we said this early on into our competition, this could be make or break.
Well, look at the face of Tommy Wilson. Now into a sleeper variation here. Rebel Storm, center of the ring, nowhere to go. He's getting desperate. You can tell Wilson himself is a little shocked that Storm is keeping it up this long.
You know, Tommy Wilson was in a fatal four-way against the Rebel Storm not too long ago here at Skyfire. I don't think he knew he had it in him, but that has been the story of the Rebel Storm all this time. People constantly underestimating at their own peril. Listen to these people, Jordan Castle.
Rebel Storm back up to his feet, willed on by the faithful, and now with the wrist control. Irish whip reverse by Wilson. Big boot from the Rebel Storm. Psyching him out with a springboard bulldog.
Well, reversing the Rebel Storm. I don't think I've seen anything like that from him before.
But you can see he's still nursing that injured hand, still nursing that injured arm, Barry. That is going to cost him in a big way if he cannot capitalize.
But he has bought himself some seconds, he's bought himself time, and he has bought himself the will of the people here at Skyfire Pro Championship. Big back elbow this time.
Rebel Storm perhaps finding that second wind. Big boot! Only a soda, Barry Sweeney. Dropping into the cover, but only a two.
Tommy Wilson even now sluggish to get back to his feet, crawling for safety, sanctuary in the corner. Rebel Storm's going to capitalize and capitalize quick. He wants to take this first round matchup.
And again, Barry, we can't forget, this is just a first-round matchup. Rebel Storm will still have Zara Zacher and Michael Hopkins to contend with after this. Potentially J2 Mattioli or CJ Tino, El Rey or Bamboo in the finals if he's able to make it that far. But so will Tommy Wilson!
Huge exploder sending shrapnel across the ring, shaped like the Rebel Storm.
Big super kick!
And that is it.
Tommy Wilson's moving on. No! A kick out from Wilson!
Inches from 3, millimeters from 3, but this first round competition for the Golden Road Tournament continues.
Rebel Storm rolling to the outside here, Barry looking for any sense of reprieve, and a handful of hair from Wilson.
Tommy Wilson will give nothing away here. He is looking to get his purchase. The Rebel Storm's bought himself some time, bought himself some air.
Maybe thinking sunset flip. Yes, he is, but Wilson just a little too tall, just a little too strong.
Oh, look at that! Juan Montano kicking the hands away. Up the rope.
And we might see it.
Thunderstruck!
Cover! 1, 2, 3. Rebel Storm moves on.
What a first round upset at the hands of the Rebel Storm.
And there you see Rebel Storm telling the official, not that hand, this hand. I spoke to it earlier, Barry Sweeney. Hold on. Big super kick from Storm, taking out the trash. But his night is far, far from over. If he wants to win that championship, he still has 2 big-time matches ahead of him against some of Skyfire Pro's very, very best. And